Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's tea time and you're with Doctor's Tea. Today I want to take you through something which happened to me about 2 weeks ago. So, you know the story about how after I got pregnant, I had my baby and then I had quite a traumatic, complicated postpartum time where I had 3 surgeries and I was admitted back into hospital. So the second time round, I was in Bulawayo, where I originally come from. So a few weeks ago, I came back for work. I was in Bulawayo with some work colleagues, and our type of work that we were doing was going around hospitals and clinics, trying to assess, work things. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, so one of the hospitals that we had to go to was the hospital which I was admitted in when I had my emergency. So what triggered me is I got to the place and there was this sign. I was with my colleagues. We got to the place and we were going in, proper people in suits and what. But I saw this sign written, "Those in wheelchairs go round the other entrance." I just had a sudden panic attack. I couldn't breathe. All the feelings that I had that time when I was sick came back. I started trembling and I couldn't move. So my colleagues were walking in and I was supposed to follow them, but I couldn't. And I just said, "I need a moment, I'll be back." So I stepped back and I was on the curb. I was sitting down on the curb in the street, crying my eyes out. And the reason this happened is because I feel like I didn't process all my emotions well. Like a lot of the things that I did after I healed were just simply to get over it and to just continue. But I had not really gone through everything that I was meant to do for me to heal completely. So I phoned one of my friends, a sister friend who's like a therapist to me, and she just told me to do one thing, and she just said, "Breathe, just breathe." So what I'm describing, what happened to me, that is a typical example of PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. It can happen in any way, any form, sometimes years later after the event, but you might find yourself having these flashbacks or just going into this panic attack when you take yourself back to that place. You've heard of the people who go to war and the army, like the veterans, especially in the US, they're always documenting this, that they have these flashbacks and they suffer from PTSD. And sometimes it can be so bad that you can't work, that any sound just triggers you. For me, I was triggered by the word wheelchair because when I went into that hospital, I was wheeled in and I didn't know if I was ever going to come out again. At that time, I was really scared. I remember feeling the fear. The emotions are so palpable and you feel as if you are right back at that place. And I think because I survived, the issues of guilt and feeling like, oh my word, this almost happened. I almost didn't get to spend time with my kids. I almost lost out on being happy and being in my family. And my husband, what was I going to do? What was he going to do? So you have all these scenarios going through your head because of the PTSD. And I just want to make this video kind of like to tell you that these things happen even to medical people like me. I'm just normal. I'm just like everyone else, and it does happen. So when you do get PTSD, there are two things that you need to do. First of all, you need to see someone about it. You need a therapist. And secondly, you might need to be put on some anxiety medicine or some sort of something which calms you down, like a sedative. At the time, if there's nothing to do, you just need to stop and breathe, like I was told to do. Count up to 10, take a deep breath, and keep counting up to 10 until you calm down, because your body takes a long time to realize that you're not back there. Your body remembers. There's this thing called a muscle memory, where your body remembers being sick and you remember that feeling that you have, but your mind takes time for it to register that you are not there. So I just wanted to shed some light on PTSD. This is part of mental health and it's very normal. It happens. If you've been through trauma, you are at risk of having PTSD. It may be a car accident, it could be going through a divorce, it could be losing a house, losing a job. You are at risk of PTSD and panic attacks and anxiety. So these are things which are normal and which you can get help for. So I'm just going to leave this here for now. Hope this video helped. Hope that I reached out to somebody. If you liked it, just click the thumbs up button. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And put a comment to tell me what else you'd want to see on the channel. And yeah, just let me know how you guys are doing. Have you ever been through PTSD? Is there anything else that you would like to know about that specific issue? So, bye guys. See you next time. Mwah.